Welcome to your new favorite band, the podcast brought to you by the LA Maybe. And now, your hosts, Dallas Dwight and Drizzle Silvera.
Well, hello there. How are you doing this evening, day, morning? I don't know where you are when you're watching this. Maybe you're at the gym. Maybe you're in your car on the way to work. Hopefully not watching it in your car. Welcome back to your new favorite band. I'm Dallas Dwight.
And I'm Drizzle Silvera. What's up, y'all?
What's up? This is the podcast brought to you by us and a few others. The LA Maybe. Thank you so much for being here. We're continuing our series today, breaking down the tracks of Dirty Damn Tricks. We are on episode 8, which means track 8, and that's Sweet.
Yes, very sweet.
What does Sweet make you think of?
I mean, sweet makes me think of exactly what the song's about. Just like this sweet ass hot chick, you know? Like,
nice. There's a reference. It's fun, actually. There's a reference to Sweet in one of our other songs. In Oh Sugar, we say the lyric, because you're sweeter than sweet, which I think has a little bit of a double thing, because sugar's sweet and you're sweeter than that, right?
Yeah.
And also we have the song Sweet and you're sweeter than that. So,
thanks, Dallas.
Sweet was, yeah, you're really great. You're really great, my friend.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff. You look fantastic.
Oh, man.
I think you're going for the world record for not showering, though.
I've got to maintain the rock star, persona, image.
Right.
And so the easiest way to do that, aside from, being amazing guitar god, is just not showering.
I just go for the guitar god part.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
So what's funny, though, is get a look at his hair there. Get a nice look at his hair. He hadn't showered in, like, what'd you say, 70 days?
69.
That was one off. And then you look at my hair here. I haven't showered today. And my hair looks like I've never showered, and your hair looks like you showered right before you got out here.
That's being a father really does things to you, just amazing things. So ever since I started having kids, my hairline has gotten better, actually,
right.
And I shower less, and I look like I shower all the time.
Has it just shifted back, and then the whole thing kind of rotates away, so it gets longer here, further back, right?
Like a skullet.
Yeah. So you're just totally bald about to where your headphones are, but then it goes down real nice down your back.
Yep.
Yeah. It's nice to be back in the studio doing the podcast for you guys. We're excited. Sweet was one of the first songs. I feel like we say that about every song. As far as the order of like when the songs were written, there were a few of them that were done a few years ago for a separate release that we then redid and did for Dirty Damn Tricks. This was one of those. The others were Peace of Mind, She's Reckless, and also Fake, kind of. Fake was a different release a little bit later. So Sweet was one of those really early songs, and Sweet actually was the first song. Or that main riff was the first riff ever written for the LA Maybe ever. Because Foz and I and a couple other guys got together and we were like, well, let's start a band. And we started jamming. Day one, we just started jamming that riff and kind of playing around with it. And we put the song together, got the chorus, all that stuff. Not the lyrics, just the music. And we called it Smooth Groove. It was in our Dropbox called SMOOV GROOV. And I sat there for a long time and went through a lot of changes before it became what you hear here. But this is like the OG LA Maybe song, so it's pretty interesting. This and Peace of Mind are the two OG LA Maybe songs.
Yeah, so what year? This would have been, 2016?
Peace of Mind was 16, Sweet was 16, but we started jamming it as a group in 17. I had the riff for a little while before that, because I wrote the main da-na-na-na-da-da-da for Peace of Mind, and this da-da-da-da-da at the same, like within the same week, and that would have been 2016.
Gotcha.
So I originally intended them for a different project, but as that project started falling apart, Foz and I looked at each other like, well, let's start our own thing. So I took those two ideas that were meant for that project and made them meant for us.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so just, that's 2 years, year and a half before I was a part of the LA Maybe?
Yeah, when did you join?
20...
It was 18, right?
20...
Or was it 19?
I feel like it was
20, it was, when was Riley born?
20...
Because that's how we'll remember.
2019?
Yeah,
2019. Yeah, like 6 months, 7 months 8 months before.
Wait, can we tell the
pandemic.
story of you joining the LA Maybe now?
No, it'd have been. Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So
Wait, do you want me to start my perspective? Because you have
Yeah.
you have the bulk of what to say, but I can do the setup for you.
yeah, set me up.
So we need another guitar player, and we had a few guys in mind. And I remember meeting this guy at a local teaching function thing, and he was the only guy there wearing a jean jacket. And I was like, this guy's cool. So I struck up a conversation. It was Driz, and this is the first time we'd ever really talked. And I just remember, there's a bunch of people here, but there's only one other guy with long hair and like a jean jacket and like boots. And I was like, this guy probably likes rock and roll. So we started talking, and nothing ever happened from that. I just kind of remembered like,
Oh, that sound check happened.
that sound check was magical, dude. I don't know even what that was.
Well, I was just like, I heard you soloing, you just started like playing. And I was like, oh, fuck, this dude fucking rips. Like, who the hell is this guy?
I know that.
So anyways,
I'm kidding, everyone. Jeez.
very
When I
modest.
say these things, they're jokes.
Yeah, he's actually the most humble person I've ever met. So,
It's true.
yeah, bar none. the
You've
most
met
humble.
almost no one too, so that's pretty low bar.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
it's quite an accolade for,
Yeah. What, 1 of 3? I don't know.
yeah, for me, yeah,
Yeah.
coming from me,
It's
yeah,
pretty
definitely.
epic.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was just like, well, shit, I better lay down something this guy can fucking jam over while we're getting the sound check.
Yeah.
So
I will never forget that sound check. I forgot every note. I don't know what we played, but I'll never forget that feeling.
Yeah.
Who was playing bass? I know Fred was playing drums.
Wasn't Rasan there playing bass?
No, I don't think so. That was before
maybe
he joined.
someone else. Maybe it was I can't remember. It was either like that Ethan dude.
No,
or,
it was I'll remember. Come back to me.
it wasn't George that time.
No, it was I can see his face. Tony.
Tony. Okay,
Tony
gotcha.
Oliver.
Yeah, so I, started playing this groove for
Great
like
guy.
an original thing I'd been working on. And it was a fun time.
Yeah.
That was just a sound check.
That was
Like,
just a sound
only
check to warm up
yeah.
for the event and everything. The event was really for the kids. We were just there. Both of our students were in it. And I just kind of logged it away in my head that there was this cool guitar player that, I knew of. And
Yeah.
that we obviously vibed together a little bit.
Oh, and I heard Peace of Mind that night because it came on.
Yeah. They were
Came
using
on
my
in the
iPod to like
playlist.
run the
Yeah.
house music.
Yeah, the playlist for the house
I
music.
said iPod, dude. How
I
old?
was like, dude, this is a cool song. You're like, yeah, it's one of ours.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't
all right.
remember saying it like that, but that doesn't sound like me. That sounds like me after you get to know me. I don't say this to new people.
well, you were proud of it, dude. Like, yeah, you were like, yeah, dude, because it sounded amazing. It was
Well,
mixed.
that would have been 2017 or 18 right there.
Yeah.
I think 18. And so yeah, things were just starting to come together a little bit. And I actually think that first EP came out in 2018.
Yeah.
So that would have made sense. Anyway,
That was a part of I was with the band when the EP came out. Like, I remember when it released, like the EP.
right.
Like for
you were there
the
for
full
Fate.
4 songs.
You were there for the first. Wow, we're all over the place. I don't know,
Yeah, I was there for the first 4 songs when they dropped. as
but I
an
know
EP.
we didn't record on them.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
it was all me
no.
on the album. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, exactly.
Which is why it's awesome we redid all of them or most of them here. There's only one we left out because now you are on them and they're better for it. But it was
Obviously.
time. Yeah, way better. It was time to call people in, and we called a few people. They had some ideas, and I just thought like, oh, Daryl, I'll give him a call. I don't know anything about his musical tastes or style or playing or what he would be into, but I'll just call him and ask him if he'd be interested.
And remember, it was mainly for
It was mainly for a tribute band we were building that had nothing to do with the original band.
yeah.
And so the pitch was basically like, do you want to make some money playing some guitar? And I figured that'd be a pretty good pitch. And then I kind of threw in like, hey, we also have this original band. Here's the music. If you're interested, we can maybe work both. But just letting you know, this won't pay.
Yeah. So which I was like, well, yeah, I'll try out.
Yeah.
What do you got? Like, you gave me 6 songs, 6 GNR songs.
one of them was Sweet Child,
Yeah.
which is easy.
Yeah.
And then I think we threw like Jungle's not difficult, but there's so much like different parts, so many different parts
Mm-hmm.
that it keeps you guessing like arrangement wise. That's probably one that we used.
Yeah, I definitely played that one. Yep.
We did what? Piece
Mr.
of Mind, I guess?
Brownstone?
Brownstone? Yeah, I don't remember.
We didn't do any of your original music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or I say yours, ours now,
Mhm.
but then your
Yeah.
music, original music. But Yeah, we it was all Guns N' Roses at the time.
Yeah.
And
we should have said it was for a Guns N' Roses tribute.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses tribute. Yeah.
Which it would have been, the band The LA Maybe just doing a Guns N' Roses tribute. There were no different members. It was all the same guys.
Yeah. And so, anyways, you were like, well, there's also a position open for the original band as well. So it's just like, well, shoot, if I'm going to do this, I might as well do the original music as well. So
yeah, we were pretty close to having me just be the only guitar player for
Yeah.
The LA Maybe, which would have been all right. Like, there's bands that do that well. I think Van Halen and stuff, obviously, but yeah, I think it's way better with two, especially with the way we do it. There's a lot more mileage we get out of that.
Well, yeah, especially like when you go to solos, it doesn't feel like the bottom came out,
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously that wouldn't be the case on the album. You play your
Right,
own
you
rhythm.
wouldn't know,
But like live, unless you got tracks, and it's unbelievable at that point too.
For sure. So you came over, we did the audition, and then we just jammed a bit, right? The
Yeah.
audition, the first half wasn't really an audition. It was just like you came over to my house and we just hung out and chatted. Was the main thing I wanted to do, was just figure out.
Is this dude cool?
Yeah, exactly.
So I definitely wasn't cool, but I could play.
Exactly. Definitely not cool. That was immediately, aggressively obvious.
Dude, yeah, aggressively.
But no, anyway, we talked for a bit. I showed you some demos we were working on. One of those was fake at the time. And we ended up, that day, we ended up finishing writing Fake together, like the chords and stuff.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yep.
That was another one of those ones where the solo section I pretty much put.
Yeah, and we can talk about that more next week because Fake is actually the next song on the album after Sweet.
Yep.
So we'll be talking
I'm gonna
all
shut up
about
now.
Fake. Yeah, I realize that's what that sounded like, but yeah, we will be talking about all that next week as well. But you see how it all kind of ties in together. But
Yeah, and I took extreme offense. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm like, dude,
that dry delivery was really good.
I'm gonna write your manager.
I took extreme offense.
I'm gonna write a letter.
Who do I address this to? What else am I leaving out with your the first gig?
Oh yeah, first gig. That was a fun one.
That, from your perspective, would be better than mine. Because my perspective was, I just told you, like, hey, we have this gig, it popped up, just see you there, have fun. Like, it doesn't matter if it's, perfect.
Yeah, so to put things in perspective, let's see. I tried out. A week later, my daughter was born.
Yeah, I was going to say that was happening during all of this.
Yeah.
That's how I remember.
So a week later, like, my daughter was born. And by the way, after I tried it, I think it was later on that day or the next day when y'all called me back and were like, yeah, you're the one,
Mm-hmm. You're the one, and also you got the job.
Yes.
Two separate things.
Yes. So, yeah, I was freaking stoked. And then my daughter was born June 25th. And then July 4th, we played our first gig. But and it was a gig as the LA Maybe. It wasn't a gig as...
It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't the tribute, yeah.
The tribute.
It was just, but I remember we didn't play that long. We played like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah. So you were like, dude, can you learn the songs real quick? We never jammed them. Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Came to it and we fucking did it, dude.
We just got through it. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But I also knew that it was super low stakes gig. We were essentially playing for a bunch of like friends
Yes.
that like were wasted by the time we got there anyway. So it was like, it didn't matter. I figured it would just be a good time for us to test it out, basically. With, any mistakes didn't matter at all.
Which I made 0. So, I mean.
True.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. And then after, I remember, though, you and I went over to the little hangout spot that my friend Matt has. Matt will be on the podcast at some point, by the way. But, and we just hung out there and talked for like a long time.
Dude, I can't wait.
Overlooking the lake with the sunset and everything.
Dude, that was
nice.
That was so much fun.
That was awesome.
I can't wait to have Matt Cullen on, dude.
Yeah. He's great.
Probably shouldn't drop last names.
I told him the other day to come on, and he was like, just tell me when, I'm there.
That's awesome.
So he'll be one of our guests for sure. He has a little cover band in town, but mostly his strength is networking. He's like a salesman, a guru.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of good tips on that. So
covers, but they also have some originals.
They have some originals,
stuff.
yeah. Yep, as well. Good ones.
So, anyways, yeah, that's gonna be a blast.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be a blast. So, anyways,
we're gonna make room at the table here.
That was pretty much my induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean,
right. That's coming next week. That's
Maybe.
next week.
Yeah,
that's not this week.
That's next week.
Yeah.
I get things like that mixed up.
Next week after our plane crash, it'll happen. How about we dive in over here to Sweet? How long are we? 15 minutes of nonsense. Let's get into the session here. What do you say?
Before we start,
okay.
I just wanted to let everyone out there know that we have a premium VIP membership available. It's $7 a month or $75 for a year. And you get access to our full episodes. So instead of like 45 minutes, you get like an hour plus. And you get them 2 days early. And you also get an extra episode at the end of the month. So
we recorded that extra episode last week for the week of January. And actually, at the time of recording this, which is way in the future, that episode's going to come out like 2 days. So anyway, the bonus episode for January was super fun. What we did, you guys, you're not going to want to miss these bonus episodes. Like we pulled the curtain back so hard. We went through our Dropbox of demos that we have that are like songs in progress and songs that ideas we've had, and like told stories behind each one and all that stuff. So it was really, really fun.
Oh yeah, well worth the money. If at least for that month. Yeah. No.
That
it's
one
well
alone,
worth the money.
dude.
Yeah, that one alone. Yeah, $75.
We've never done that before. Another idea I had that we can, and it piggybacking off that, is we can go through the demos for the songs that people do know and show like, here was version 1, here was version 2, like how they changed.
Yeah.
It's a pretty interesting, like if you listen to the first version of Sweet, nope, you will not know that is what that turned into at all. I have to go dig them all up, but that'd be a really good bonus episode for February 2022.
That'd be amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, so anyways, so to our VIP members that have already joined, thank you so much. It's so awesome to see all of you that have already signed on. And again, all your contributions go back into the band and helping us do what we, go out on the road, pay for gas, pay for mixing and mastering. I mean, honestly, so your contributions are the lifeblood to the LA Maybe. So we really appreciate all of you out there.
Yeah. We wanted to give back to you a little bit with the podcast and hopefully give you something of value. Let's head on over here to Pro Tools. I'm actually going to move that over there. All right. Here is the Pro Tools session for Sweet. Now, actually, this is not the original Pro Tools session. Pro Tools. Let's really hit that L, folks. It's a hard L. Pro Tools. Yeah, this is not the original session. This is what we call, and sidebar real quick, if you've seen the other episodes, you're familiar with this already. This is what we call kind of the stems. What that means is our mixing engineer who mixed and mastered this album for us, his name's Machine, he took all the tracks we gave him and condensed them down into like a few key groups, right? So instead of having a kick drum mic and a snare mic and a hi-hat, we just have drums. Instead of all the hundreds of guitars that are on this song, we have guitars, right? Kind of. They're broken down a little bit. But let's take a listen here. Do you want to... Let's talk about this riff first. How about that?
Yeah, definitely the riff.
And you remember, we changed that riff a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We actually stretched it out, made it a little bit longer because we had some different changes and stuff that were happening a little faster in the original recording.
There was also something I did, too, where I hold that A.
Yeah, at the very beginning?
Yeah,
right
towards
here?
the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
A
If you're
flat
listening
for all you crazies.
If you're listening in with some sort of method that you can hear stereo, meaning you can hear a distinct left and right, which like if you're on your phone, you're not going to hear that. You're going to be hearing me in your left ear. When we're talking about the rhythm guitar track right here, you're going to be hearing old Dallas in your left ear and old Greg, just kidding, Driz in your right ear. So that's how that's going to be. Let's listen to the bass. Heaviness there. Here's this nice little piano fill that Josh did.
I think I just got saved.
I love it. We got some percussion coming in here at the verse. I just realized it was a little quieter than it should have been, so that's all bumped back up now. Again, we talk about using percussion to enhance specifically the drums, right? Let's take a listen to the drums, and then a little bit in there, I'm going to turn on the percussion. You're going to know when this little thing turns yellow here that the percussion's on. Here's my mouse if you're confused. When that turns yellow, the percussion's on. I'm going to turn it up a bit. Listen to how it changes the vibe, and like the lilt is a word I always like to use when it comes to this, of the drums. Then we're into the chorus. So that pre-chorus there.
Yeah, so the second the shaker comes in, the swag meter immediately just starts to
The
take
swag
off.
meter goes up to the tip where it's like shaking and it explodes mercury out of the top of it.
That's what she said.
That's good. Pre-chorus here, we're on just a big old E chord for a minute. And then we hit some G chord and then we're done. Then we're into the pre-chorus. We do have this lead guitar, and yes, we are going to do the vocals. Don't worry. We do those last usually, because that's the part everyone can hear the easiest.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
That's the part I play live there when we do. So when we put the rhythm guitars,
Yeah.
with the lead guitar, you'll hear what Driz plays, the rhythm guitar. That's the chunky low chords, and me doing the that thing. By the way, we should say that's not always the case.
No.
Most of the time, it's the opposite. Most of the time, you're doing the lead,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the big chords, and then I just do the solos. And that's
Yeah,
usually how we
Dallas does
break
the
it up.
solos. Except for live, there's one area where I do solo.
Ooh, I can't wait for you guys to see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But,
And then we both together, dude. And I've had to go.
We're hitting it at the same time.
I've spent-
maybe I shouldn't have said it like that.
And you can attest this. I've spent hours after shows going around and picking people's jaws off the floor. Right?
Which I still don't know why you haven't invested in a shovel. I bought a shovel. It just makes the picking jaws up a little faster.
Shove a little Velcro on the bottom, bottom T hair, and snack it on up, I really want to talk about the chords in this chorus. In the rhythm guitar, we keep it real simple. Just bum, bum, just the regular basic chords. Let's take a listen there first. All right, very simple. And the lead track actually added some more colorful notes to it and doubled it, but simply. You'll see what I mean here. Here come the little dings. So if you add the rhythms in there, I'll start it without the leads. Again, this yellow button right here is how you're going to know it's in. You're going to hear the chords take on like a new flavor, but it doesn't necessarily sound like there's another guitar on it. It just sounds like we're playing more interesting chords. Here we go. Right? We also have the organ doubling this, I see. Dun-dun. And we mostly have piano in here, which is nice. It has a nice sound to it.
It really does.
Kind of picks it up here in a second. We bring in the bass, we're going to get the nice percussion drops out here, by the way. But we're going to get the nice kind of the power of everything with the bass and the drums here for the chorus. Right?
Oh. Nah.
Let's go back and talk about some vocals. We got some hard attack on these verses here.
Baby, we're not locking eyes.
Right? We don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't need to go through every line of the vocals. And mainly my thinking for that is that's the part your ear hears.
Yeah.
And the point of this is to show you all the stuff you might not be
Which
hearing.
I got to say something while we're right here.
Yeah.
Just one of the cool parts about this song, like really, really cool parts about the song, is that the verse section is kind of in a different range for Alvy. And what it pulls out in his vocals, I really dig. Like there's a different flavor on his voice in this song than you hear throughout the rest of the album.
Yeah.
In these verses. So
let's take a listen to this line.
But I know a part of you is staring back at me. I can tell you if you're craving me tonight. I promise that I'll treat you right. So smooth, so sweet. Ooh, you're such a tease. Give in to me. I know what you need. You'll get just fast.
And there we have one of the harmonies in this song. I think this is all me. There might be Alvy in there as well doing a double, and I'm quite sure there is. But I know I sang the actual harmony parts here. Let's see what these sound like.
You'll get just fast.
And that's just two parts, but they're doubled.
Mm.
You'll get just fast.
When you have the lead in there, you get the full chord.
You'll get just fast.
Which is a fun little thing to add for that chorus.
yeah.
If we take a listen to kind of the acoustic mix here. Let's do this.
This is one of my favorite parts. I look forward to this every week.
I know.
Yeah.
Every week. Dallas's acoustic mix. Here we go.
I know what you need. You'll get just fast. But baby, treat me right. And you'll get your feel tonight.
I really wish there was a shake or something in the chorus just for the acoustic
I was
mix.
about to say that was like the most disappointing one.
Yeah, it needed something
I
for sure.
spoke too soon. I was like, yeah,
here we go.
Shit.
Yeah. Anyway, we're back to verse 2 here. We have a nice little stop.
Tonight, I can be your lover, baby.
Right? That was not, I forgot the vocals in there. We like that little riff here with the bass and the guitars. Which that changed. We used to play something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that was you. Or maybe it was Rasan. One of you two, or it definitely wasn't me, that changed that note. And I like that note, the one we have here, a lot better than what we had originally. I think it was Rasan, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't recall.
Yes, this was not in the original recording here. Again, we've talked about filling space on this podcast. Let me make sure you guys can see this here. Yeah, you can see it. We've talked about filling space. You see the vocals here. These are the vocals, this green down here. We have a line, then a big gap. Then we have a bunch more lines, and then a big gap. What do we put in those gaps? We put little guitar licks. So we came up with these after the fact. These were not in the original recording at all. But I started doing them live. And so when it came time to re-record the album, I was like, all right, these have to go in this somewhere. We have to make that a part of the song because it fills it out, nice. Let's take a listen to this first lick here. They're both really nasty, kind of chromatic, bluesy, tritone things.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one.
God, the stank is real.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said, oh God, the stank is real.
Oh, the stank.
That's...
I like that step and a half bend. It's always really fun there.
Dude, that's maybe the first merch shirt right there. The stank is real.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's good.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Exclusive merch for our VIP members. You're about to get a shirt that says, "The stank is real." Someone write that down and send it to me. Because we're going to forget by the time.
Oh, no.
I can be your lover, baby. So come and set me.
Right, they're just little fills. Nothing crazy. We move on into pre-chorus and chorus 2. Rasan does some really cool stuff here that he didn't do in the first one. Let's back up real quick, and we talk about this a lot episode to episode, how each pre-chorus and each verse, and sometimes even each chorus, can slightly differ from each other. That's for you. Keep it interesting for you. Let's take a listen to pre-chorus 1 here. And pre-chorus too. Listen to the bass here. Right? So some more interesting stuff going on there. Let's add the shaker.
Berkeley
Let's add the
difference.
guitars. Yep, that's the Berkeley difference. That would be a merch shirt too if we couldn't do it, you know. Good. Here we have those harmonies again here. Well, we're on slow mode here. Let's enjoy.
You'll get justice.
Dude, so at the end of this, we got to go back and listen to one section in slow mode.
One section in slow motion.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to actually do it on purpose. I forget how to do it because I never need to do it.
You'll get justice.
Okay. Then we get to the bridge here. The bridge changes key entirely, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to start you with the rhythm guitars, the bass, and the drums. There's a tambourine just on 2 and 4. You can see these hits here. It's not very steady. They're just every 2 and 4. Let's hear those elements together. And the reason being the lead guitars and the piano are both doing really, really cool things that I want to highlight, as well as the backing vocals down here are absolutely massive, perhaps the most massive on the entire album.
Aside from the choir,
The gospel
actual choir?
I think they're actually technically bigger than that, I think.
Oh.
But the gospel choirs, you can't touch it. And we get to the solo. So, pretty straightforward there. I feel this part's kind of Def Leppard-y.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, very.
The piano does something just truly lovely here. I love it. The acoustic mix of this part is going to blow your mind. Just wait for that.
Oh, yeah.
I should say stripped down, not acoustic.
Stripped down. Yeah.
Really poppy and catchy. I love it. We got some lead guitars here. These are massive. There's a lot of them. There's guitars doing octaves. There's guitars doing like edge from U2 kind of stuff.
Didn't I double this lead? I feel like I doubled
there's
it.
one of them that is just the same note the whole time. And then there's another one that moves around. Both of those were doubled. That's 4. Then I did one that was kind of edgy, and that would have been doubled. So there's at least 6 here. Let's take a listen. Delay on out of there. Let's talk about these absolutely massive backing vocals. If I had to guess at how many individual voices you're hearing on this particular part, it would be approaching 100, I think.
Wow. That's insane.
By the way, I should say the 100 was us. Like it wasn't like we had like 100 people in a room. Like it was just us a bunch of times.
I will never forget that mic combo we used because that just sounds so.
And we did gang vocals for that too, for part of it. There's gang vocals and there's also vocals that we overdubbed ourselves individually. So you're hearing a bunch of those together. It's not just the gang vocals. You talk about that mic combo while I get this acoustic mix pulled up for you.
Yeah, so that mic combo
It's done. Are you ready? I'm just kidding.
Are you serious?
It is done, but keep going. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, that mic combo. We talked about it briefly in brain fart.
That would have been the When I'm Gone session, right?
When I'm Gone. Yeah, we talked about it briefly there for the gospel choir we had in. Yeah, we had stereo active ribbons, and we had stereo slate ML1s, the
big ones,
big condensers.
We call them big slates. We call them baby slates.
We also had, didn't we have like the stereo baby slates as well?
Yeah.
We had the stereo baby slates, and then we also had a hall mic up in the staircase.
That was your C2, right?
Yeah, that was C12.
C12, yeah, sorry. I don't know why I always think it's C2. Every single time, I'm like, it's your C2, right? And you're like, it just said 12 minutes ago.
It's because it's closer to maybe a Star Wars thing. Like you're just constantly thinking R2.
I am constantly thinking R2 every day.
Yeah.
Here's the acoustic mix. Take a listen.
You don't wanna miss a thing, but I know what you're looking for. So let me set you free.
I think the acoustic version was missing bass.
You want bass in it?
Yeah, just give it a little.
Let me give it a little scooch of bass there.
Little scooch of bass.
A little scoochy of bass. I'm also going to throw the solo in there because this little lick right here we didn't talk about, but it comes in the middle. Not in the middle, towards the end.
Oh, don't you close your eyes. You don't wanna miss a thing, but I know what you're looking for.
So we're going to get in the solo in a second. I know this is getting loud. I'm trying to back that master down a bit. Hide it again. All right. Acoustic mix for you. This little solo was the lick I was talking about here. Which happens if we put the bass and the piano in there. You'll hear a little bit better about what's going on at that moment. Then we get into the solo. So solo is kind of like the chorus, but it actually sneakily is not exactly the same. Let's take a listen to the rhythm first here. Organ comes in there at that chord.
Yeah.
It's back to the pre-chorus there, but the pre-chorus this time does not have vocals. Instead, it has the guitar solo continues over it. Let's take a listen to the solo, shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it.
There's a lot going on in that solo.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes on and on and on, but it covers pretty much the entire guitar, which is really fun. And it's really lyrical. There's not a ton of fanciness going on. If there's one fancy thing I would say here, just for Driz, it's the 3-note per string pentatonics at the very end.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Nothing fast. Live I do a fast thing. But in this, chill it out a little bit. Chill it out for the pop fans out there.
So it goes in the vein of like things I like to hear in a solo. It starts low and it ends high. So it kind of goes, it just
That's a pretty low bar for a solo, but I like it.
Well, I mean, if you got a solo that's not shredding but still like starts kind of lower and kind of like
right. So here you're talking about here we're starting kind of down in the second position. that's the lick where you're moving up the fretboard. It's literally like. And right there with the wow, wow, you're way up on the fretboard there. So it's like it covers, you start way down here, you end way up here. It's fun. It does a lot of cool stuff. Let's see. Sweet, by the way. One of the shortest songs in the album, I believe.
Yeah, it's shorter.
Not as short as Take Me Away, but it's pretty short. I think it's the second shortest. We're going just by guessing here.
3:15.
Someone can just go to Spotify and look at all the run times and tell us, but we don't know that off the top of our heads.
3:15, 3:20, something like that.
We have one more round at this here.
You'll get just first, but baby, treat me right, and you'll get your fill tonight.
And that's how the song ends, just like that. No. But let's take a listen to the drums, bass. Let's get everything in here except the vocals, actually. So we just isolated them. Let's listen to this ending. Now, in this last chorus, we add a little funky little thing. Mm-hmm. We do some stops. Floor tom rings out nice there.
It does.
These are pretty tight stops. We don't leave a lot to chance there. Let's take a listen to the vocals in a little bit.
I know what you need.
Right?
Yep.
That's the song, folks. It's one of the simpler songs. There's not a lot to it. You'll see a similar, if you've been watching with us for the duration of this series so far, you will have noticed that there's a kind of a pattern to what we have going on as far as structure, right? Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. It's the same band, it's the same members. So you're gonna have a part for you, me, everyone on the album. So some of them branch out from that. Peace of Mind has, a lot of different stuff on there. Do others? I don't know. When I'm Gone branches out. We have the gospel choir, a lot of other stuff on that song.
Yeah. Up Next to You really takes a lot of changes and stuff.
Up Next to You does a lot of changes, but as far as instrumentally, I think it pretty much follows the same kind of bass, drums, key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keys, guitars, vocals, which is just it's kind of the format for Dirty Damn Tricks. It was a simple format. We wanted to keep it pretty simple. We didn't want to have a bunch of extra fluff and feathers and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's what you'd see on stage. If you got a 6-piece rock band. So.
Yep.
There's little extra fluff that you do,
Yeah.
Some schmo. You got to add some schmo
Acoustics,
to the album.
Yeah. Acoustic schmo. That's what I'm credited
but
on.
But it's not so much standing out. What stands out is what you'd see on stage.
Right.
And a lot of the other stuff is just like layers, like ogres or onions.
Okay. I like how you said ogres first. Let's bid adieu. Did I pronounce that right?
Bid adieu.
Adieu to our regular listeners. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We're going to switch over to the VIP now.
See y'all. Thank you so much.
Again, if you want to check out how to join VIP for yourself and not miss all the amazing stuff we're about to say next, then head on over to lamaybe.com/VIP and we'll see you there. All right, Driz.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching the latest episode of your new favorite band. This is the end of the free content.
But if you want to unlock the full uncut versions of every episode, head over to lamaybe.com/VIP and sign up for our membership. For $7 a month, you'll get extended episodes of our podcast, a bonus episode every month, plus exclusive merch. You'll also be supporting us and helping us continue to stay on the road and make new music. And for that, we're eternally grateful, so thank you.